Hello everyone. Today's episode is very special as we are going to have conversation with not a bus business owner but a bus sealer. He's crazy about the buses, not just traveling in them but also sharing the videos to the world through Insta and YouTube. He's none other than your favorite highway rider, Mr. Arun, the man behind the mask. So, hello Arun, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
So, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
So the viewers know you as a highway rider. And so what is the story about the highway rider? Share something about your channel.
So you're asking how the name came?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have government buses from different states. So there's a government bus called SCTC, which is based out of Tamil Nadu. So they have certain names for certain types of buses, depending upon what kind of is it express, is it non-stop. So highway rider is a name given to a bus which doesn't go inside cities, just travels on the highway from point A to point B. So when I was small, I used to travel in those buses. So I hoped one day when I grow up, I start my own travels. So I had always kept that name in my mind. So that's how the name highway rider came.
Okay. So since you have been in the bus traveler since childhood, you have seen the industry evolve as a passenger. So how was the journey?
So long story short, I think we have been shifting from semi-sleeper buses to sleeper buses. Even though the distance is not increasing, I think now the current trend is shifting towards sleeper buses. And I think people are now more conscious about how much they're paying and they're expecting the value out of it. So they are ready to pay. So I think AC buses are also coming into the picture, and slowly this semi-sleeper and non-AC buses are moving towards these streets. So I think we as city evolves, how does city evolve? New metro stations are built, roads are expanded, and also the main reason for all this expansion is because more population from other cities and within the cities are expanding. So to meet this demand, I think what has happened in the bus field particularly is that the luxury of bus passenger or road transport has been drastically evolving. So basically, if you look back in time, there were basically normal buses which were very basic. All they offered was just a normal seat, and you can just sit and go wherever you wanted, and it was all open window seats. So you can feel the wind blast in your head, in your face, and it was a lot of experience that one always wanted to cherish. Whenever anyone gets into the bus, they want to sit in the window seat, look into the cities going. So that's how it started. And I think as the city evolved, as the roads expanded, as people moved in and moved out, I think the demand also expanded. So more buses came into cities, and with the more buses, even technologies expanded. So like how we have cars and bikes expanding with technologies such as ABS, then we have airbags. Similarly, I would say technology in buses also increased drastically. So again, talking about ticket booking, it was not as fancy as we have these days. So if one had to travel in a bus, he or she had to actually virtually or practically visit to the bus stops, bus stations, and take tickets from the counter. So they had ticket counters back then. So people used to sit. They're basically brokers, in other words, sitting in counters, and the rates were not standard. So whatever they felt like, depending on the day time, they used to sell. But as the demand expanded, they couldn't meet the increase in demand. So they had to come up with an alternative solutions, and that's how the digital transformation came into the picture. And I think that's how currently we have all these apps where we can book tickets and enjoy the journeys.
Okay, so you have definitely traveled a lot, right? So which is your favorite place and travel destination? What is special about that?
So I think there's no favorite place as such. I think all the places that I travel, I think it holds its own kind of memories. It's very unfair of me if I pick just a place that's saying this is my favorite. It will be injustice to other cities that made me feel good. So I think overall the whole journey makes the whole point is not reaching the destination, but was about the journey traveling from point A to point B. So it was never about the destination. It was always about the journey. Yeah.
So you have traveled the longest bus route in India
Yes.
from Bangalore to
Jodhpur.
Jodhpur. So around 36 hours long by bus, right?
So that's the
So,
actual
How was
schedule.
the journey?
Okay. I think if not, you're a bus geek or a bus zealers, as the show says. I think one has to experience that journey once in a lifetime. So we have lot of must visit or must try road trips in India, right? So we have this reels and a lot of suggestions that you see around Instagram and social media platforms. So if you ask me, one such bus journey that you might or want to try, which is different, I think this longest route from Bangalore to Jodhpur is a must try for me if I would like to suggest. So there are other routes like Delhi to Ladakh, then Kolkata to Bhubaneswar. So similarly, we have this Bangalore to Jodhpur, so which almost covers 4 states, starting from Karnataka, Maharashtra, then Gujarat, then Rajasthan. So it says 36 hours, but the traffic and passengers delays, it will roughly end up being somewhere around 40 to 45 hours. So it's a very unique journey and the one must experience.
So having traveled so much by bus, you must have your own favorite, coaches.
Yeah.
And please share to our viewers how you select the coaches for a comfortable journey.
So the thing is, I have been partnering with few bus coaches. So if I name any particular bus coach, they might cancel my contract. So I think to be on the safer side, I think all the bus coach manufacturers, all the chassis manufacturers are, as I started my conversation evolving, they're also evolving. So any coach for that matter, current day, all are meeting industry standards, and I think all are since it's a competitive world, I think everyone's doing their 100%. So it's really nice to see the standard maintained. So if you really want to experience a sleeper coach or a semi-sleeper coach these days, I think you wouldn't feel any difference traveling in an aeroplane and or in a bus. You'll feel the same comfort and standard. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think the future of bus industry is going to be? Is it EV, hydrogen?
So the thing about EV is, this might be controversial, but people say EV is economical, it's go green, but we are not thinking what happens to the batteries once they are dead. The disposal of these batteries is a major concern than the diesel pollution that we are causing right now. So not concentrating much on or focusing much on what's the future of EV, but currently if I have to say, I think EVs are good to go for somewhere around overnight journeys, but not more than 700 to any journeys more than 700 plus. Because even for the journeys within 500, what we are currently facing is that the bus stops in between for charging. So usually all buses stop for food, dinner, breakfast, or any food break for that matter. But EV breaks usually take up to 1 hour, 1.5 hours. So I think if there's any possible technology which can reduce this break, I think EVs are good to go. But I think so there's this thing in automobile industry. People love to hear the engine roar. They love the vibration of the engines. They like to, and even for that matter, when the automatic transmission came from manual, there were opposition saying we need manuals, so that now the EVs are coming. I think people will be always sticking to the old school techniques, old school buses.
But roaring sound noises are only good for cars and bikes, not bus, because you're gonna have a long journey through bus.
Yeah, it's a valid point. We won't be roaring the whole way. It's just that inside cities and I think both have their plus and minus. So EVs, I think we have a good future for EVs. More and more operators are starting to shift towards EV buses. Almost
every, Tata and Tesla, they're all.
Yes. So currently, so I'm based out of Bangalore. So if you see from Bangalore, we have EV buses dominating in Tirupati routes. So there are new operators coming up with 100% EV fleet. So they are currently running day and night services from Bangalore to Tirupati, and now they are expanding to Bangalore, Chennai, and Bangalore, Coimbatore. So one great evolution in this EV is that within the span of launching, I think it recently launched, not more than 12 months. They've already started sleeper buses, EV sleeper buses. I mean, that's a good kickstart. So I think we are not wasting time in R&D. We are going in full fledged, trying to expand in EV sector.
How has been your journey as a bus sealer in social media?
Okay, so I think I started creating content on social media. I think I started with Instagram back then when I was in 11th, 12th grade. So back then, not so long back, I'm not that old, yeah. So back then, there were not much creators who were creating content based out of buses. So if you see any content creation on in social media, it's either based on travel tips or on automotive industries such as cars or bikes. But I think bus, they were not much. I think it's evolving over time. Now there are a lot of people doing content creations on this, and I think it's nice to see a lot of creators come up and give competition to old people like me who have been doing from a long time.
So it was great talking to you, Arun, and thank you for giving us your time and sharing so much about the bus industry. You're truly a bus sealer. And viewers, if you like this video, please do share and do subscribe our channel for more such videos and Arun's channel Highway Ride. Thank you.